But society as a whole, I have no interest in trying to repair. I think society's broken on everything.
That's an impossible.
And I exploit broken society. Broken society suits me to the ground. Mm-hmm. I use it to my advantage, absolutely. It's how I make money with webcam girls. It's how I have multiple girlfriends. So like I get away with a bunch of shit I shouldn't get away with. I just understand the society's fucked, so I'm just playing my own hand the best I can.
Well guys, here the fuck we go again, because we are already right back with the dirtiest taint in the Miami jailhouse, and the top G turned bottom G now that he is in jail, the one and only Andrew Tate. And I don't know how he has managed to do it, but this goober is somehow embarrassing the living shit out of himself even when he's locked up, and is doing such a good job at it that he is also getting his fanboys embarrassed as well as they try and defend their poppy at pretty much all cost. And the last time that we talked about good old Andrew Tate here was about a week ago, where we watched him end up releasing this pre-recorded video that he had planned for when he did get arrested or killed, and we basically just saw him schizo ranting for a solid 20 minutes straight, where he was talking about how they were coming for him, they were coming to kill him, and it's all because of his school, and was basically just yapping nonstop as he drew all over his whiteboard and had a mini mental breakdown.
They're going to try to kill me. And if they are successful, if they do kill me, all I hope is that this video is watched by as many people as possible. Coincidence, by providence, I do like to believe that perhaps I live in the Truman Show. First, they try and shut you up. Second, they try and put you in jail. Third, they try and kill you. They only have option 3 left. And that's why we're making this video. Because I have a terrible suspicion that I won't make it to trial. So the UK tries to extradite me. They need to get me off the internet. They need to stop the emergency meeting podcasts. And they need to stop the school. Everyone's making money. I'm the most popular man on the planet. Everyone loves me. I'm top G. I'm famous. I've got hundreds of millions of dollars. I've got this big house in Dubai. I've got beautiful women. I've got kids, everything. I'm like, have I won? Hopefully that'll be televised because it's coming shortly. Unless they fucking kill me first, which is why I'm getting the messages I'm getting now, which is why we're doing this video. Had to get a new domain name, relaunched the whole fucking school. I just got out of jail, I got PTSD, I'm still fucking laying in bed looking for cockroaches all the fucking time. They fucking ruined my life, I can't sleep. It was fine, there's 2 foot in the videos of all the tweets I was making. I had fucking nightmares, I couldn't lay in a bed without looking for fucking cockroaches. I couldn't have a blanket on me.
And since my last video, even though all of this shit was already goofy enough, somehow things have managed to get literally 10 times goofier and more ridiculous, and are only continuing to get even more out of hand. And since Andrew's video just did not work out like he expected it to, and since pretty much nobody was buying his horse shit, and instead were just laughing at him as he sat there spazzed out on his little whiteboard and yelled about people coming to kill him, he decided that he had one more card to play, and that card was pretty much to just sit there, whine, bitch, and moan on Twitter, and cry as much as he possibly could, and just throw the whole alpha male tough guy act completely out of the window. And every day since Andrew has been locked up, he's been commenting pretty much this same copy and paste thing, where it starts out saying the day he's been in the shoe, which as of now it's been 11 days, and he goes on to talk about how this is punitive housing for people who murder their cellmates, so apparently he's worried about getting murdered now, before then stating that there is no commissary, no phone calls, no yard time. It's the worst possible conditions the US government provides to terrorists and psychopaths, and that he is innocent until proven guilty, and he's wanted by a foreign state, and is an American citizen, so why is he here? And of course he doesn't point out that he is also a citizen of the UK, so that little end part doesn't even make any sense. But along with these daily ones, they also just start to get a little bit ridiculous as he's having his lawyer just post this shit for him. And we've seen tweets where he's talking about how in the special housing unit his neighbor is picking paint off of the wall and eating it, and he's just in his cell reading, minding his own business. But I guess that is one of the murderers that he's talking about. And in others he's crying about his water faucet being broken and he's not allowed to have bottles in it, and he has nothing clean to drink. And the only water that comes from the shower is apparently warm and from a brown and filthy faucet, and it's given him consistent stomach problems. So I guess he's just in there shitting it up. And he's just whining and bitching about how the water he's drinking isn't clean and he's an American, but he's forced to drink poisoned water. So we're just being really fucking dramatic now. But this is still not where it ends. Because along with this, he is also just out here bitching about how he's only seen 3 rec times and he spent 24 hours a day for 7 days locked in his cell, before then just schizo posting his ass off, talking about how there are fewer correctional officers on my wing than when I first arrived in SHU, and it's feeling eerily quiet up here, and he would never take himself out. And the schizo posting just kept going as he's talking about endless hours waiting for somebody to do the right thing, but it never comes, and how he's been walking back and forth in the cell together all day long, and he hasn't heard him more clearly in years, and apparently he's been there since he arrived. And the person he's talking about is his dead father and how he's walking with him in the cell. So I don't know what the fuck is even going on at this point, but the shit is just getting embarrassing because as he's doing this, his brother is just in there apparently chilling, and the only post he's made seemed to be completely normal, and he was actually saying that the correctional officers are some of America's finest, but Andrew's just having a mental breakdown like a few cells over. And the most insane part is it only got more embarrassing as Andrew had this tweet put out right here where he's talking about how he can barely see some of the small signs and people need to use bigger ones, and he's acting like there's a whole lot of people outside protesting. But the funny part about that is one of his little fanboys actually went out there to support him, and he was posting about how there was seemingly nobody there in general and was actually complaining about there not being any people to help support his poppy.
Right up there, Andrew and Tristan Tate are being held, and bro, they're saying online there's gonna be like protests and shit like that. I wish that there was, but I'm literally the only person here, bro. Like the Tates are literally right up there, top floor, and apparently they could see us too. They could see people that have like signs and shit. And yeah, it's like a thunderstorm, but bro, not a single soul here besides me, bro. All right, everybody. I'm currently outside the jail where Andrew Tate is being held, and dude, I don't see anybody here, bro. There's not a single. I mean, it is raining to be fair, but bro, not a single person with a sign or a protest or anything, guys. Look at this. I'm pretty sure that right up there, it's like one of these buildings. It's pouring rain, but nobody here. What's going on?
And I just want you to keep in mind that, again, Tate's whole argument is that he's got too much power and too many people backing him up, so he's worried about them killing him, when in reality, there was nobody there. And even when there wasn't a thunderstorm, the only person that this goober could find was another singular little fanboy glazer standing out there by himself holding a single fucking sign. Like, you actually can't make this shit up. So we had two people show up for this protest, with it being the one goober you just saw, and this new guy who's out there standing by himself holding up a fucking sign. And naturally, he ended up interviewing this guy, and I've got to say, it was just some of the saddest shit I've ever seen.
All right, everybody, so I'm joined here today with the lone protester who's been standing outside of Andrew and Tristan Tate's jail all by himself. Brother, I want to ask you, what brings you out here to stand all alone for the Tates?
It's entirely, they've been there for us. Now we can be there for them. I don't care about anything else other than those two sets of eyes up there, seeing me, looking down, and knowing that there is at least one person out here that's saying, I got you. They're trying to break them. That's all they're trying to do right now. And if they can just look out that window, and I'm even providing them a little bit of comfort, that's all I care about.
Yeah. What would you say to the people watching that? I'd be like, oh, like, that are mocking you for being the only person here. What would you say to them?
I literally don't give a fuck about you.
Let's go. And would you say that more people need to come stand with us, or?
If you want to, absolutely. But come here for the right reasons. Come here just because you want to comfort them. That's the only reason why I'm coming out.
Let's go.
So be the same. If you're trying to get famous, you're trying to do clout, you're trying to get the fuck away from here. It's only just for them.
Let's go. All right, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So as you can tell, they've got one singular soldier who is out here trying to comfort his poppies as much as he possibly can. And it's got to be some of the goofiest shit I've ever seen, but at least the man's dedicated to his little cause, to where he's out there standing in the street by himself holding a Tates Are Heroes sign. And it is just so damn ridiculous. And things just keep getting more ridiculous somehow, because not only is Andrew embarrassing himself, but he also has one of the biggest clowns of a lawyer that I've seen in a hot minute, and who in the past has said shit like this right here when they were facing their charges for sex trafficking, along with various other disgusting things.
These are good men who have done a lot of good for the world, right? Even if you accept all the allegations against them is true, the amount of good that they've done for the world tremendously outweighs the bad. And people don't see it because there's a very one-sided narrative out there against them.
And it appears that he's continuing to just make a fool of himself, along with both of the taints who are locked up, because one day he's sitting here bitching about the fact that the allegations against them are ridiculous and are going to get them hurt while in prison, and it could set a very dangerous precedent for them while being there, which I mean is actually true, considering that these types of crimes don't go very well in prison.
The allegations that they've been accused of are some of the worst allegations in the world, and in particular, those types of allegations, SA allegations, and anytime you involve a child, let me tell you right now, that doesn't play well for anyone politically in jail. So it's got nothing to do with their ability to defend themselves or this or that. It's got to do with the fact that they put a target on their back for them to get stabbed, jumped, murdered, whatever it is in jail, because that is how jail politics and that is how jail gangs, how the jail economy works. There's a pecking order in jails.
But then the next moment, he's bitching about them being in solitary confinement, which is a solution to the very problem that he just brought up, because they're keeping them away from other inmates so that they can't be harmed by anyone else. But now apparently this is a problem too, and he's just trying to use both of these as a way to try to get them out. And it's all just a whole lot of horse shit.
So the enemies of Andrew and Tristan Tate know this, and they are doing what they have always done, and they are weaponizing the court process and weaponizing the tension against them in order to get them to break. Because when you put innocent men or any man in solitary confinement at a certain period of time, they begin to deteriorate, they begin to decompensate, they begin to break down, and it's never ever good. The process is the punishment. But we're going to do our best to get them out of solitary confinement. We're going to do our best to get them in front of the judge and make sure we have no doubts that this case will be handled here the right way. The other thing I'll say is the process is the punishment has always been one of our mottos. The other motto is less is more sometimes in life. And right now, it's less. They got a whole lot of nothing, and that means so much more for us.
And somehow, we are not done with this goober, because he only continued to just make himself look like even more of a dipshit, because he went on the PBD podcast, which is notorious for, being pro Andrew Tate and hosting him and having him and Tristan on. And on this podcast, he started to make the argument that the reason all of this is happening is because Andrew Tate had way too much influence, and his school and all was a threat to all of these governments, so naturally, they went after him. And of course, this is just funny as shit, because we saw how many people turned up to support them, and that one guy with the sign out there is really a real threat.
Andrew has over 150 or maybe 165,000 people enrolled in his real world college. That is an army of millions of those boys are right here in America. That is the power to swing an election. That is generational power over future elections, both domestically and abroad. The powers that be know this. The United Kingdom knows this. The enemies of Andrew and Tristan in the conservative movement and the Gen Z in America know this, and they want to lock them up and throw away the key.
And to make this even more comical is after he got done saying this, the host of the podcast then did a little poll to see where people were lying with their opinion on the Tates. And he ended up going on this little monologue, how apparently their support on this specific podcast, which again was very pro-Tate, ended up dropping hardcore. And it just completely negated everything this goober just tried to say and the argument he just tried to make.
I'll finish with this, is whether these allegations are true or not. It's their job to go prove it and your job to defend your client. That's what has to happen, right? But if 2 years ago we ran a poll on Tate's, whether people support our audience, people supported him or not, 80% would be on their side. The guys just ran a poll right now, and our audience, remember, this is a supportive audience. This is not like it's an audience you're on a different place. It's at 50-50. 50-50, they support them, 50 doesn't support them. So what does this mean? This means either these things are working against them, or it means that we got work to do to make sure, arguments are made for the audience to sit there and say they're innocent. I mean, but the audience is definitely speaking up. And it's not like it's an audience that hasn't seen their work multiple times here. I think we've probably hosted them more than anybody else has. on their show, and we've had a lot of great conversations together. But something to think about to see where the audience is at.
So obviously, things aren't going too well for Andrew or Tristan, with their lawyer being an even bigger goober than they are at times, and with their two fanboys outside the prison doing all the protesting they can, even though they're a duo. But there is still two other voices that are still trying to speak up and defend them, with one of them, of course, being Myron Gaines, who is another little Tate fanboy, and who decided he was going to have a little crash out, and was going to demand that Donald Trump help them because apparently he owes them. So now we have Trump getting into the AMU, which is just so ridiculous.
Donald Trump, you fucking owe Andrew Tate and Tristan. You owe them. I'm just gonna fucking straight out say it. Other people might not want to, hear that or say it, or I'll lose opportunities. Oh no, Mega's gonna get mad at me. You would be in prison had it not been for these guys. As a matter of fact, to make things even crazier, he'd probably be at FDC, just like Andrew and Tristan are. He would have been the one at FDC. So I think it's time for the Trump administration to burn a favor for the guy that moved a bunch of people to vote for you. So it's irrefutable that guys like him and me are a big reason that Donald Trump is in office now. Baron, you seeing this? I think it's time to pull Pops to the side. And fight this fucking extradition bullshit.
And where Myron goes, of course, his little pet, Walter, follows. And he also released a video where he was walking out of the courtroom with their goober-ass lawyer, and where he was acting like he even had a remote idea of what the fuck was going on in the case, and was just saying that they have nothing, and it's all horse shit, and was basically just trying to get some clout out of it.
Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you?
Alright guys, we are outside the courthouse right now. We just actually heard what happened in the courtroom, and it's funny because they have no evidence to hold Andrew Tristan in jail. So let me explain what happened in the courtroom. By the way, the judge was amazing. She was unbiased and super respectful the entire time. And what happened is they basically fly for a motion to get Andrew out on bail, and they're gonna do it on August 5th. And basically the defense is asking, okay, judge, we need to see what documents are proving that he's guilty or has some type of like actual binding repercussions, which means we need to know what these documents are saying. Now at the same time, they had a piece of paper with no evidence, which means they're holding Andrew in jail with no real hardcore evidence. Just what you said to, hey, we need them to be locked up and extradited, but there's no cold, hard evidence. You guys see right here, man, behind the scenes, Joe McBride.
Yeah.
What up, Joe? So what's up, man?
How you doing?
Listen, man, I think that was great in there. Was it great in there, you think?
It was great.
What did we learn?
What we learned so far, they got nothing.
Nothing. Pretty much nothing, guys. I tell you. So looking good, guys. Not gonna lie, man, I'm super happy with the outcome of that. So they actually have 60 days to actually send in the last packet of extradition, which is the UK, September 16th. And they have to show proof that Andrew actually committed these crimes, and Tristan as well. But can they? We'll see coming down below.
So yeah, as you can tell, this is just the biggest shit show imaginable, and is some of the goofiest shit that we have seen go on in the Alpha Male universe. And I have a feeling it's only going to continue to get more goofy as Andrew Tate has his little mini meltdown in the jail cell, and as his lawyer tries to continue to defend him, while making himself just look like a goober as well. But with that said, that's enough for one day, so if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and a like and join the Saints Mafia, where we are flaming all of these goofy ass alpha males. And I'm out, watching Andrew Tate lose his mind, and peace.
I'm right here in Miami. Come get me, arrest me, perp walk me, put me on the news, tell everyone I'm a human trafficker. You think I'm not versed? You think I'm not ready? I'm a Navy SEAL in this shit. Come get me, raid my house, take my stuff. You think I sleep with a full phone full of evidence? You think I don't wipe my phone every night? You think I'm dumb? Come get me, arrest me,